So we're starting off today with a 99 Chevy truck with a 350. The AC system's already been recovered, so we're good on that part. We're going to take the belt 3/8 ratchet drive. Let's go in the correct direction. Okay, we'll pop that off. Get the connector off without breaking it. That'd be nice. Okay. Then we'll take this. It's a high pressure. Yeah, it's a high pressure switch. That's why we can't break it. And a 15 on the top. There's a 15. 13's around it, so we're gonna take these out. I'm gonna have to do an extension. I think it's yeah, another 13. That's out of the way. Okay. So there's 4 13s to hold the compressor down, then there's a 13 to hold the bracket, and then a 15 up here. There is a pressure switch at the back of the compressor. The system should be under vacuum. Yep, perfect. Okay. Now let's unplug this switch in the back. Now we're changing the compressor, the accumulator, and the orifice tube on this. I think this has an orifice tube. So there's one down. I dropped this earlier, so there's that back. Look at the compressor case. The nasty ones. This compressor made a lot of noise. So whoever did it last put some cheap parts on this thing. So now we're going to go for the dryer. So I'll find a good spot for you guys. Okay. So I'm going to have to undo the mass airflow. I'll grab my screwdriver. Use my brain. Okay. So we're going to undo the intake air temp first. And the mass air. Then break those. Now we'll take it off right here. Should be easier right there. Let's give it a pull. And then this whole air box just pops out. Okay. Just like that. Let me put the clamp in my tray. Okay, we have that. I have those. There's 2 lines. And it feels like a 10. Let me grab. You know? Yeah, well, they should have gotten. So.
This guy just wanted his AC shit changed?
No, we checked it a while ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Let me take this switch off first. Someone put cheap stuff on it.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a town with AutoZone. It should be counter. Let me grab another crescent. So, definitely lacking crescent. I need to buy another one. Counter hold it. Just don't want to rip the evaporator. I think we're going to have to take the grill off too to do the orifice tube. And this I'm using a 1 inch. Feels a little bit bigger. Got that one kind of out. We'll loosen this bolt up all the way. It's a 10 millimeter. I think there's only one back there. It's just stuck on me. evaporator. Okay. There's that. Get this off. Let's see. I don't want to rip that. Oh, okay. Alright, so this is a clamp. Yeah, someone already looks town with the good cheap stuff. Okay. Now sometimes, I think it's on the Ford though down here. This one's not. This one's behind the grill. So let's pop the grill off next. We'll get some tools for that. So I figured out a new way to do it without pulling the bumper, or not the bumper, but the grill off. Let's take this out. I know, I need to counterhold it. Trying to cheat. Let me get a wrench for it and I'll get back. So I found out while I was making noise. Look how dry this orifice tube is. It's just all dust. And I don't think they even touched this when they put the new compressor on. They put that new Chinese compressor and that new accumulator. But this thing was very difficult to get off. And like I said, you can just take this running light out, the turn signal assembly, and you can get to it, but it is kind of a pain. But look how dry that is. That's nuts. So let's go ahead and flush it and get this thing done. So next up, we're going to flush the system out. This is how I personally do it. I've done it this way for like 10 years. I've never had a problem with it. I'm going to put a rag over this side of it. We're going to blow that side out. Let me grab it here. Okay, so I got my air blower with my nozzle, that over there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this, I'm going to clean this off real quick so it doesn't contaminate it. We're changing those washers too, but I'm going to put some juice in there, and then we're just going to blow it. So make sure you get most of the oil out of the system. And then I usually look at it and make sure there's no metal in it. I don't see no metal in it, so that line's fine. We're going to cover that up. And now we're going to do the condenser. This is going to be a little fun. So down there on the outlet of the condenser where I pulled the orifice tube out, I stuffed a bunch of rags on there just to keep crap from getting everywhere. I don't want to blow it all over the front of the truck. And then I'm going to pull these washers off because, like I said, I'm going to be replacing them without poking my finger. This thing got hot. So now we're going to go like so. That cap's burned out now. We're going to blow it.
Oh, good.
Cool. We'll get it done today, Paul. Okay. Let's see what we got down here. We got some trash. Probably do it one more time with a cleaner rag. A fresh rag, I should say. You can tell I just look. It's gonna be really hard for you guys to see. I don't even know where it's at now. Just a little bit of trash. But a little bit is too much. Just wanna make sure you get all the brake clean out, and I put these under like an hour vacuum. Deep vacuum to make sure all this moisture gets out of the system. Yeah, that can is, oops, can't we're gonna flush it. I'm gonna run this side. Try to get it down there so it doesn't pull back on me. Okay. I'm waiting for oil for the compressor because it's an HT6. It takes PAG 150 and I don't have any of that. Making a bit of a mess down here.
Bring your drone today?
No, I'm gonna take it with us when we go. I'm gonna fly it around. I'll play with it. I gotta see all the rules out there though. Because I know they have the airports, but I don't even know how far. I think we're pretty close to the airport too.
Yeah.
And the house we rented is like a mansion. It's $1 million house.
Nice.
It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. It was only $2,500 for 4 nights. The thing's got like 6 bedrooms in it.
That's not bad.
If you take a bunch of people and rent it out.
Yeah.
Cool, so that one's clean. Now we're done with that. I was trying to get this thing. That's what happens when you run cheap compressor. It sucks.
I know, man. That's cool. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it should be fun. Yeah, I just driving out there is gonna be the headache. And hopefully it's not windy. Especially on the way back, because it gets like trucks like this. It's really top heavy.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Did it before, I'll do it again. Okay, let me go get some more brake clean. So we flushed out all those other lines. There's nothing coming out of the bottom anymore, which is great. That line's free and clear. Like I said, I am waiting for oil for the compressor, so I'm not going to install the compressor just yet. Because the compressors now they come dry. I don't know why. The AC Delcos do, or the GM ones. So that kind of sucks. If we can get the accumulator in, the orifice tube in, and I don't put no oil in anything. I put it all in the compressor and I spin it back in. I know you're supposed to put some here and there, but to me, it'll make its way around once it gets going. Be careful with this truck. Now flush the evaporator. So I want to make a mess of it. In the front of the truck. This truck's really clean. Should be good. Let's take a look at the remnants. Ooh, I think that's some nasty oil in it. That looks. The ending was good.
Hey, still didn't make it again.
No.
I had 43-point-some hours, but if he would have came in today, could have got the heads done on that. He'd have had 16.8 hours.
I come to work
I
and
think what he thinks is I'm going to go finish it for him.
Well,
I'm not going to.
Well, no, but then that doesn't even matter because then he's not getting paid for it.
Yeah.
He'll get partially paid for what he's done.
Well, I got his book in there that he writes his stuff down. You know, he took the oil pan off the Corvette. Yeah, but we got to pull the bucket motor out of it. You know?
Yeah, well, it's not. The job's not complete.
It's not done yet. It's not.
That's the thing.
Why am I going to pay you?
Yeah. I mean, it was different if the customer declined or it's going to sit for 10 years. You know?
Yeah.
But.
No effort. Does not put no effort in it.
No, he don't. He doesn't. It doesn't seem like he really. I mean, and I understand. You know, his paychecks kind of suck, but that's his fault.
Yeah,
Because he doesn't put any effort in
He's sitting
anything.
on the computer for an hour,
Oh yeah. Well, he takes a 2-hour lunch, sits on the computer, watches YouTube, orders parts for a Z. It's like, dude.
and then he's on the phone.
Yeah. I mean, just like he's kind of the same way, you know. I mean, he seems to get stuff done. It just takes him a long time. You know?
Yeah.
Which I guess is better than nothing nowadays. But we'll see. Hopefully that new guy. He wants to.
Oh, that new guy will kick ass.
I hope he shows up. That's.
I know.
You know, because it's just everybody's kind of.
Yeah, I'm hoping they don't tell him, oh, we'll give you more money. They're not going to give him what I'm giving him.
I mean, the problem is he gets benefits of it. That's the problem. You know.
Yeah, but they don't. You have to be
You can
there.
set up your elbow over. You can go to lunch with
You
her.
have to be there for a while. I didn't get pennies when I was there.
Oh. Yeah.
It was more expensive to get their benefits than it was for mine.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. I just... But ferrule fell on the other side. Okay, so I got the brand new orifice in. The nut went through the porcelain port, and now I'm trying to grab it. I'm trying to retrieve. Let me go grab it.
Well, at least I can go to AAA this week, I guess. Then I'm gonna come in Thursday and clean that area out, take that stuff down.
Okay. Finally. 3 years. Got it started. Feels like 3 years. So I replaced. I wish there was a good spot down here, but. So the new orifice tube is in. Let me show you guys what it looks like. The brand new orifice tube in there. I replaced the O-ring, tightened it back up, it was nice and tight. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this when we're done with it though. Once we get everything completed, I'm gonna go ahead and start reinstalling the headlights, get the front end back together, and then we're gonna put the accumulator in. And I'll get back on that. Okay, so finally got my pag. This is a HT6 apparently compressor, so it takes pag 150. So I've got probably about 5-6 ounces in here, and then I got the rest in here. It takes a total of 8 ounces. So I just put some in here, put some in there, just to balance it out. So we're gonna go ahead and install this compressor real quick. And I got a brand new switch in the back. Anytime you do this, I always recommend to replace those, because they usually, if you try to not replace it, it will leak when you're done. I don't know how many of these I've done, and they usually come back and bite you. So let's get this sucker done. So I got the switch plugged in the back. I think that's called a high pressure cycle switch. That's what they refer to it as. Okay, now I'm gonna have to sort through all my crazy tools. So we're gonna put these in next. I'm gonna do these 13s. Then I'll get my impact. Get them started. Torque the spec. Perfect. Nice and torqued. Okay, we're gonna plug the front of the compressor in, the clutch. Then I need the little 13 for this little bracket that holds the throttle cable on. That goes right here. Okay, well that one went in fine. So next up, we're going to plug the manifold hose assembly on. I got brand new washers, either from the Republic of China or the Republic of Mexico, wherever this thing was made. Came with the compressor, which is nice. And we have 15 that goes in the top. Tighten this up and snug it. Okay, I think we're done with that. I'm just gonna pop the belt on real quick. And then we'll be doing the accumulator. Accumulator, yeah. Accumulator, receiver, dryer. Accumulator is generally on the low side. The dryer is generally on the high side, I think. So I call them whatever, it doesn't matter to me. But when you're looking at the parts, it doesn't matter. Okay, the belt. Okay, now let's get this accumulator in. And move this. See if I can get you guys a better spot over here. So you can kind of actually see what I'm doing. Okay. Now, I want to change that O-ring in there. So let me use my brain. What's left of it. And we're going to change these O-rings. Again, all these GM parts come with all the nice O-rings. I'm okay. So it comes with 3 O-rings. I'm assuming that one actually comes with this one. That's kind of small. That's not, I don't think that's right. It comes with 3. It comes with that green one, the big green, and then 2 black ones. These are kind of flat, so we'll be replacing these. Just don't want no leaks when we're done. That looks good. Okay, that looks good. Let me find an O-ring for the evaporator out. I'm not satisfied with that one. That sounds too small. So this one seems about next best thing. I just didn't like how loose it fit on there, so we'll put that one on. We got our new accumulator dryer deal, whatever you guys want to call it. I'll save this. I think I can put that on after. There is a lot of oil in this fitting, so it'll lubricate this O-ring. Doesn't get stuck on me. Yeah, let's get some oil. Get some on the ferrule. So it's not so hard to turn. Gotta line it up. Okay. Too small. This ain't been painted. I feel like something bent back here. Probably why I had such a difficult time. Just gonna bend that out, get out of my way. Probably had a hard time getting this thing out in the first place. Feels like it's going in better now. Okay, there we go, that looks good. Let's put the bolt back in there. I remember what I did with it. things. Okay. Close. See my electric ratchet. And I can see the back of it. And this is a wood screw style, so it will go a little weird. Looks like we can put that on last. So we'll go ahead and tighten that one up. Thought I grabbed it. We're gonna counter hold it. Now we're getting okay. Tight enough. I got to wipe my handprints off this thing. It doesn't look. Get this rag so the truck doesn't catch on fire. A little bit of oil on these. Like butter. That's fun. Okay, it's tight. Okay, let's wipe up our mess. I said to put the switch back on. Let's do that right now. Get that over with. Let me a little oil on that. By a little, I mean. So I want to make sure it doesn't pinch it. Oh, perfect. I tighten these by hand. Hopefully this fits. Look at that. It's very nice. That goes like that. It's airbox time. Trying to be careful not to hurt this truck. Lamp looks like it goes like this. It's the knot. Okay. Plug in the mass airflow. And the intake here. Okay, now that that's all done, we're going to change the Schrader valves. See you later. I'll go drive it. It feels like it's just got a little something in it. I still have to go drive it and see what's going on with it. I haven't. Close to the driver. The connector is broken on the ignition coil, but it's not falling off. That's the only one that broke, of course. Okay, now we're gonna start the vacuum. We'll do 40 minutes and a leak test and see what happens. I'll bring you guys back when it's all done. So here's the AC machine. We did a 40-minute and it passed. We're still holding a vacuum, which is great. So now we're gonna go and charge it up. This system holds 2 pounds. So we're gonna put 2 pounds in her and see what she does. Okay, and then usually what I'll do, I turn the compressor clutch because I did put oil in it. Just don't want to lock the compressor up. Usually try to turn them like 20 times. The noise is me pushing down on the clutch. Okay, start it up, see what happens. Didn't blow up yet. It's gonna short cycle. There's not enough refrigerant in it yet. So it's going to be off like this for right now. That's perfectly fine. It's a very cold day. It's going to short cycle. Let's look at the temperature inside. I put a little gauge in there so you can see. Can you feel the cold air? You can see right now when it comes on we're about dropping down 40 degrees. Like I said, it is cold outside today, So now we're test driving the air conditioning truck. Unfortunately, it's a little chilly today, which kind of sucks because the AC won't work as good. I have it on low right now, just for sound, but it's not as cold as I'd like it. But then again, it is, it is pretty cold outside. It's probably in the 60s. But we charged it up to the correct amount of pressure. Everything seems to be working fine. I prefer doing air conditioning when it's warm outside, because then I can be, fairly certain that it's gonna actually work perfect. But the only thing we can do is do it by the book, and it'll be fine. But you can see right now we're at 50 degrees. It's definitely cooling. It's short cycling because it's so cold. Evaporator's gonna freeze up, and So, but I'm gonna call this one done, and we'll see you guys on the next one.